Hello, Rama Puppet. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now, let's continue with Yogi Ramaya. Can the subject and the object be one? Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni, who was also in the hall, answered, Of course not. The subject is different from the object. Pained, Ramaya looked at Bhagavan. Disagreeing with Kavyakanta, Bhagavan clarified. The subject and object are distinct in the phenomenal world to the ordinary man, but in the experience of Samadhi, they merge and become one. This answer dissolved Ramaya's doubt. He instantly took Bhagavan as his Sadguru and decided to stay on in Tiruvannamalai. Bhagavan gave him a lot of attention because Ramaya lived like a real yogi. At 10 in the morning, he would have the only meal of his day, a limited amount of lentils that he himself cooked. Otherwise, he was either in a rock cave in Palakuttu pursuing his sadhana or spending hours together in front of Bhagavan. He was the only person who was freely permitted to be with Bhagavan anywhere and at any time. He loved Bhagavan's direct teaching of self-inquiry, and Bhagavan loved him. Since Ramaya knew only his mother tongue, Telugu, Bhagavan of his own accord translated Ubadesa, Saram and Ulladu Narpadu into Telugu to help him pursue self-inquiry. He had the beautiful conversations with Bhagavan, some of which are printed in talks with Ramana Maharishi. Yogi Ramaya. A master is approached by a seeker for enlightenment. The master says Brahman has no qualities, no stain, no movement, etc. Does he not speak as an individual? How can the seeker's ignorance be wiped off unless the master speaks thus? Do the words of the master as an individual amount to the truth? Bhagavan. To whom should the master speak? Whom does he instruct? Does he see anything different from the self? Yogi Ramaya. But the disciple is asking the master for elucidation. Bhagavan. True. But does the master see him as different? The ignorance of the disciple lies in not knowing. All are self-realized. Can anyone exist apart from the self? The master simply points out that the ignorance lies there and therefore does not stand apart as an individual. What is realization? Is it to seek God with 4 hands bearing conch, wheel, club, etc.? Even if God was to appear in that form, how is the disciple's ignorance wiped off? The truth must be eternal. Realization. Direct perception is the ever-present experience. God Himself is known as directly perceived. It does not mean He appears before the devotee as said above. Unless the realization is eternal, it cannot serve any useful purpose. Can the appearance with 4 hands be eternal realization? It is phenomenal and illusory. There must be a seer. The seer alone is real and eternal. Let's continue in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Puppet.